Two very different philosophies of American market touring collide here. Honda's bagger-style Goldwing strips its flagship tourer down for a leaner silhouette, while Indian's Challenger Limited 112 PowerPlus leans into muscular V-twin bagger heritage. Which one actually earns your garage space? The Goldwing Bagger is essentially the standard Goldwing trim. Same full-dress bones as the Tour, but with a shorter windscreen and no top case, giving it a more compact, street-focused stance, while keeping the flagship's polished, aerodynamic bodywork. It reads as refined and understated, with the flat six's cylinder heads peeking out from the fairing for a bit of mechanical drama, and the overall package looks less like a traditional cruiser and more like a sport tourer trimmed down for city duty. The Challenger Limited takes the opposite approach. A chassis-mounted fairing, chromed handlebars, crash bars, cylinder heads, and exhaust give it unapologetic, old-school American muscle presence. And the Limited trim's chrome treatment separates it visually from the blacked-out Dark Horse variant. If you want quiet sophistication that doesn't shout for attention, Honda wins. If you want a bike that looks and sounds like a bagger from across the parking lot, Indian does. Honda's 1833cc liquid-cooled flat six makes 125 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and roughly 125 pound-feet of torque at 4,500 RPM, famous for turbine-smooth delivery rather than outright drama, with a top speed electronically capped around 105 miles per hour. Indian's 1834cc PowerPlus 112 V-twin, tuned with overhead cams and 4 valves per cylinder rather than a traditional pushrod layout, produces about 126 horsepower and 133 pound-feet of torque, with a broader torque spread that rewards short shifting instead of constant gear hunting, a design pedigree it shares with the race-winning PowerPlus engines that have taken multiple King of the Baggers titles. On paper, the two are nearly dead even on horsepower, but the Indian's torque advantage and V-twin character will feel punchier off the line, while the Goldwing six-cylinder spins up smoother and quieter, feeling more like a luxury sedan engine than a traditional motorcycle power plant. The Goldwing can be had with a 6-speed manual or Honda's excellent 7-speed DCT dual-clutch automatic, complete with a reverse gear for parking lot maneuvers. A genuine touring convenience once you've lived with it, and one that noticeably reduces rider fatigue on long multi-day hauls. The Challenger sticks with a 6-speed manual and wet multi-plate assist clutch, which is conventional but well-sorted, with slick shifts that suit its cruiser-adjacent riding position and give riders more direct mechanical feedback from the driveline. Riders who want to think less about clutch work in stop-and-go touring will gravitate to Honda's DCT. Traditionalists who like rowing their own gears and feeling the engine's torque through the lever will prefer Indian's simpler, more conventional setup. Honda's double wishbone front suspension is the Goldwing's signature engineering flex, letting the engine and rider sit closer to the front wheel while delivering stability that borders on car-like. It offers 4.3 or 109 millimeters of travel up front, paired with a Pro-Arm single-sided swing arm and Pro-Link single shock at the rear, providing 4.1 or 104 millimeters of travel. The Challenger counters with a 43mm inverted telescopic fork offering 5.1 or 130 millimeters of travel, and an adjustable rear shock on a twin-sided swing arm providing 4.5 or 114 millimeters of travel, paired with a lightweight cast aluminum front frame section for sharper turning. Both bikes handle far better than their bulk suggests, but the Goldwing edges ahead in low-speed composure and U-turns, thanks to its shorter wheelbase feel and lighter steering effort, while the Indian feels more eager to lean into a canyon road and holds a line with more of a traditional bagger's planted, muscular confidence.
Indian's Challenger Limited rolls on 19-inch front and 16-inch rear machined wheels, stopped by dual 320mm semi-floating front discs with Brembo calipers and a 298mm rear disc, all backed by linked ABS and lean-sensitive Smart Lean traction control. Honda's Goldwing rides on 18-inch front and 16-inch rear wheels with dual 320mm front discs gripped by 6-piston Nissan calipers and a single 316mm rear disc with a 3-piston caliper, all managed by an electronically controlled combined ABS system tuned more for confident, progressive stopping than outright bite. Indian's Brembo hardware gives it a slight edge in outright braking feel and initial bite, which matters when hauling a fully loaded touring bike down from highway speed, while Honda's system prioritizes smoothness and predictability for two-up touring rather than outright stopping power. The Goldwing seat height sits at a notably low 29.3 inches for a machine this size, aided by the compact wishbone front end, and its two-piece seat with adjustable passenger backrest is tuned for genuine all-day comfort. Indian's Challenger, in typical bagger fashion, runs a notably lower 26.5-inch seat height and a more feet-forward cruiser stance, with a chassis-mounted fairing that channels wind cleanly around the rider. Passengers will likely find the Goldwing setup more accommodating on long hauls, with more usable legroom and a plusher backrest, while solo riders who like a classic cruiser triangle, feet forward, arms slightly extended to a wide handlebar, will feel more at home on the Challenger's more traditional bagger stance. The Goldwing Bagger includes a 7-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth, selectable ride modes, Sport, Tour, Econ, Rain, Honda selectable torque control, and cruise control as standard. The Challenger Limited counters with a 7-inch Ride Command style fairing-mounted cluster, a standard or upgraded power band audio system reaching 400 watts, keyless ignition, and a full rider assist suite covering blind spot warning, tailgate warning, and rear collision warning. Indian arguably pulls ahead here on active safety tech, bundling more rider assist features as standard equipment than Honda offers even as options, while Honda's interface feels a touch more intuitive day-to-day, and its smartphone mirroring is generally considered the smoother of the two systems in daily use. Despite ditching the Tour's top case, the Goldwing Bagger retains generously sized integrated saddlebags with roughly 60 liters of combined capacity, openable electronically and lockable via SmartKey. Indian advertises over 18 gallons of combined storage across its two remote locking hard saddlebags on the Challenger Limited, plus a power-adjustable windshield to fine-tune wind protection on the fly. Both are genuinely capable of packing for a real road trip without needing aftermarket add-ons, though Honda's setup feels marginally more integrated and weatherproof thanks to its remote electronic locks, while Indian's power-adjustable windshield gives solo riders a nice edge in dialing in personal wind protection on the move. The Goldwing Bagger is the lighter of the two, at roughly 802 to 806 pounds curb weight, with a base price starting around $25,500 to $26,500, depending on transmission, a meaningfully lower entry point than its Tour sibling. The Indian Challenger Limited comes in noticeably heavier, with published wet weight figures around 855 pounds on the shared chassis. Indian doesn't break out a separate published weight for the 112 engine option, since suspension, brakes, and frame carry over from the 108 CI version. And it carries a starting price near $32,000 for the 112, reflecting its larger standard equipment list, Brembo brakes, and rider assist package. Riders chasing value, a lower curb weight, and a friendlier entry price will lean Honda. Those wanting more standard tech, a bolder V-twin character, and willing to pay a real premium for it will lean Indian. The Goldwing Bagger is the smoother, lighter, more refined long-distance companion, especially two-up, and it undercuts the Indian meaningfully on price. The Challenger Limited hits harder off the line, brakes with more bite, and layers on active safety tech that the Goldwing simply doesn't offer. Choose the Goldwing for effortless, luxury-grade touring comfort at a friendlier price, especially if you regularly ride two-up over long distances and value a lower seat, lighter curb weight, and a supremely smooth drivetrain. Choose the Challenger Limited if you want unmistakable American V-twin character, sharper stopping power, and a more feature-rich electronic suite, and don't mind paying a real premium for it. Either way, both machines represent the best their respective philosophies have to offer in the 2026 heavyweight bagger and touring segment, and neither buyer is likely to walk away disappointed.